The National Freedom Party leader, Zanele Msibi, passed away in hospital earlier today. Joining us now for his tribute as well as reaction to the passing away of Msibi is the DA KwaZulu-Natal's leader, Mr. Francois Rodger. Good to have you on the Daytime Update this afternoon, Mr. Rodger. When you reflect back on the interactions that you may have had with Msibi, how would you describe her? What legacy does she leave behind?
Thank you, Tommy. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to your viewers. Let me firstly extend the DA in KwaZulu-Natal's heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Zanele Msibi. It's really a sad day. And to answer your question as to my impressions of Zanele, was that she was an extremely strong-willed woman. It's not very often that we have women that play such leading roles in the field of politics. It tends to be male-dominated. And Zanele certainly didn't at any stage step away or was afraid to take on any issues in the field of politics. And I think almost also as an extremely strong woman, she was able to mobilize people and mobilize her supporters and build what became a fairly powerful force, the NFP, under her leadership.
And how did your party work with her or engage with her?
Well, my relationships with the NFP in the legislature have always been very cordial. We haven't always agreed, but it's always been very cordial. We've always found common ground, and we've always been able to put the people of the province ahead of party politics to try and address particularly the socio-economic challenges and the service delivery challenges that face our province.
How do you believe the formation and the existence of the NFP under her leadership, how do you believe that has affected the dynamics of the politics in KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, it certainly makes it very clear that when you get strong leadership breaking away from the center of a particular party, and in this case the IFP, and you have strong-willed leaders with support on the ground, it certainly changes the dynamics, and you know, it's a fine example of democracy at work and how we need to acknowledge and accept, you know, that everybody has their own rights politically and they can chart their own course forward.
One of the compliments that have been meted out towards Msibi is the fact that she was a formidable leader and really led from the front. With her no longer being in that position now following her passing, do you believe that the NFP has enough mettle to be able to stand up on its own without her?
Well, look, I don't really want to speculate on behalf of the NFP, particularly at a time like this when they've lost such an important leader. But I think it's going to be a very hard road ahead for them to replace a woman of this caliber and of this ability to lead. So I don't think it's going to be an easy road ahead.
And what would you say, finally, has been her contribution to the political landscape?
Well, I think also she was focused on our socio-economic challenges. In my engagements with her, we had common purpose when it came to addressing the disparities that we have in the province. And I think, you know, if more politicians would focus on those disparities and trying to address those challenges, rather than focus inwardly in their organizations, we will start seeing a change in the ground. So, you know, that's her legacy, and we should continue to build on that legacy.
Mr. Francois Rodger, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. He is the DA leader in KwaZulu-Natal.